Today is the news, and we're going to talk about it.
All the important things for all the important people, all the important times.
Yeah, so Michael Bloomberg is the former mayor of New York and the second richest billionaire in the city.
Who's the first?
David Koch.
Yeah, Koch, Mr. Koch. So Bloomberg comes around.
He got that Coke money.
And does a New York Times interview and talks about all these gun control and anti-obesity efforts and smoking cessation efforts and all these things that he's been trying to do over the years. He thinks that this is now a ticket to heaven. He says it's not even close. I'm going to make it into heaven.
Chris Hayes, of all people, actually had a funny joke last night on Twitter. He said, now I'm picturing like St. Peter, like Mike Bloomberg just tossing his keys to St. Peter like he's the valet.
Valet?
I don't know. I've never driven a car before in my life.
But I've thrown keys at plenty of servants.
Yeah. I'm throwing worse than that, let me tell you.
Oh, gross. The Bible says man cannot live on big gulps alone.
What has he actually accomplished, right? He's stopped smoking and drinking big gulps in New York City.
No, he was a fantastic mayor of New York.
So fantastic that God would approve?
It's above my pay grade to decide who does and who does not get into heaven. I don't really think that's my role.
Well, you can't read sarcasm.
I'm going to assume that Mike Bloomberg was probably speaking somewhat metaphorically.
Metaphorically, my ass. He's a lunatic. He's just like, he's sitting there like, he's like, I don't know what you think, but everywhere I go, people just yell, Mike, you're the best, and I'm getting straight into heaven.
If he was an NBA player, we'd all be celebrating him, but he was actually an extremely accomplished 12-year mayor of the world's greatest city. Now we've got this commie bastard.
One thing that's interesting, like, so it kind of gets into how Democrats like aren't too excited about him. Like he's going to be attacking the dinos, the Democrats in name only, who are pro-gun.
If you're a red state Democrat, and I mean that's a lot of Democrats, or not even like purple state and everything, one way that you say it's not one of your like one of these coastal like communist elites is saying it's like, and I love my machine gun, and we're gonna, we're gonna shoot the bankers.
I definitely think that when you have somebody like Bloomberg who's running anti-gun ads, who says he's not scared to run ads against Democrats, especially if it places the Senate at risk, which it could this year. Republicans could capture the Senate with somebody like Bloomberg running against Dems. This is like, echoes of the Tea Party. People who are like, you know what? I want the guy who's the most principled. I don't care about the political persuasion of
He could just be saying that.
Part of the upside, for Mike Bloomberg is living in Bermuda. You're a little bit removed from, it's like, yeah, whatever, my side will lose the Senate. I don't care. I hit my head this morning, and I think I'm bleeding kind of bad.